All right, hello. Hey, this is everything you need to know about stocks, Bitcoin, whatever. I'm just finding out in my life that you have smart people that just really do not understand how this works, and I'll explain. All right, so let's say we have just A and B. I don't care if this is Bitcoin, stock, mutual fund, but let's say we start here at $5. Okay, this is money. And this is time. This is 1 year. Right? And I just want you to do $10 a month. How many months are in a year? 12. 12 times 10, 120. So you're spending $120 in a year. I'm just trying to make this as simple as possible, and then you can apply this to what you invest. So $10 a month. Okay? So 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Got it? All right. So A starts at 5. Goes up, goes up, goes up, goes up, goes up, all the way to 10. Okay? This is perfect. All right? They are happy. They check their phone. It's always good to see a green day. It's miserable when you go in there. And, especially when you buy, it's like it always goes down when I buy. We'll go over that in a second. But this is mentally great because it goes up the whole time, not one down day. Unfortunately, like most people, B, it immediately starts going down, down, down. Goes down to $1, and then at 6 month mark, and they usually call me up like, "This is terrible. How'd you get me this?" I'm like, "Hey, this ain't a 1 month, 6 month time. Sometimes it's not even a 1 or 2 year thing. This is a 20-year plan. This is how you retire with $1 million or more. 20 years. All right, we're at 6 months. Calm down. Even if you had $1 million in the stock market in the 90s and stuff, 9/11 came and crashed everything. If you made $2 million after that, the 2008 crash happened. If you made $5 million after that, many things happened, but let's talk about 2020 COVID. Okay, that crashed it. So no matter how well you do, something's going to crash it every few years, and usually twice, 3 times a year. And some years it just keeps going down and down and down. So this is totally normal. So let's say it goes back up to 5. All right? Again, you're doing $10 a month. Which example made more money? All right, most choose A because it goes straight up. And while that is great, like I said, mentally, this made a lot more money. A lot more money. Because here, at $10 with buying $5, you're getting 2 shares. 2 shares. That was the most you were ever getting, was 2 shares. Okay, here, 10 divided by 5, 2 shares. That was the least amount you were ever getting. You're also getting 2 shares here too. But down here, 10 divided by $1, you're getting 10 shares. So you're getting so many more shares. All right? And while, yes, you sold at 5, which is half of 10, okay, this ratio of 10 is 100% more, being 10 shares to what? At 6 months, $7, you're getting about 1.5 shares. So you ended up with a lot less shares here. Times 10, but a lot more shares here. So the name of the game is shares. Now, the biggest problem is this is when people are the happiest. This is when you wish you had more. This is when you don't have any, but you see it on the news, you see it on stocks, you see all your friend buys a Tesla or Corvette, and they're like, oh, because of this, and you just keep seeing it go up, and this is when you buy. Okay? Also, this is when you're the most depressed. You see your $10,000 go down to $4,000. It hurts. It hurts. I've been doing this for a long time, and it still tricks me every once in a while. Or it just keeps going down. It goes, you want to know how low it goes? It goes so low that it makes you want to sell. It just makes you sick to your stomach and you're like, I just want out. All right? But the problem is this is when you want to buy the most, this is when you want to sell the most, and that goes against, of course, the one rule of buy low, sell high. It is crazy. Again, I'm not calling people stupid, but they cannot do the one rule. Most people, most common people. The people with a lot of money, it's a lot easier when you have $10 million and you have $1 million in your market and it goes down to 500. Okay? But when your retirement's at 40,000, it goes to 20, it makes you sick. So, this is what usually happens though. Stock goes up, 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 up. There's many reasons for a stock to go down. You have all these people that bought here and they're like, hey, I'm going to take some money off. They take profits. You have some people that are day trading and they're just selling it all right there. And another thing is, let's say there's Amazon or Tesla, as they go up, let's say they have to beat $100 earning that month. They beat it by 120. So next month they raise it to 105, they get 120. So then they raise it to 115, they get 120. Then they raise it to 120, then they get 120. They're not beating expectations. The next month or next year, they raised it to 130, they get 120. Now they didn't meet expectations, they lowered it, so it goes shooting down, all right? So usually what happens is it goes up like this, and then it continues to go down here. However, you bought here, and it's just, oh my gosh, it's going down. Oh my gosh, let me check tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I'm selling them out. And you don't look at it for a couple months, and boom, now you're right here, and you're like, oh, why did I sell here? So this whole process is to teach you, don't worry about it. Just set up dollar cost average. Mentally, it is the best thing, because when it does go down, you're buying that $10. It stinks you had, 10,000 bucks here, but when it's down here, you're like, hey, at least I'm getting, 10 shares compared to 1 share up here. And when it does go back up, I'm gonna be good. And matter of fact, people, if you're like me and you're just middle class, lower class, you need this to happen. I can't afford shares like this for a lot of time. I'm not going to get rich if it's here and it just goes to there. I'm not going to get rich like that. But when many cycles do this, that's how I'm making my money. And that first 100,000 is very, very hard to make. Very hard to make. But once you hit that 100,000, all you need is 10%, and that's 10,000 bucks. If you make 10% in a month, you just made 10,000 bucks. So once you hit that 100,000 mark, be prepared for that stomach to go down when that 100,000 goes to 70,000, maybe 50,000. But you need that. So you need to get untaught, stop being happy up here, actually be happy here. Unless you're 55 years old, and then that's miserable. But if you're 20, 30, 40s, be sad up there. Like right now, it's November 12th, 2024, and Trump just got in after a week. I mean, I don't even like how much money we've made, because it's like, do we sell now? I mean, it's unsustainable. And I also don't like to buy right now because everything's overpriced. I mean, it's great to show my wife, look how much money we have. But other than that, I've been taught that this is terrible, this is good. Unless you're close to retiring, you want to buy a house of cash or something like that. So anyways, the last thing I want to say is, for years I've been listening to stock radio, and it's just as bad as ESPN. You have these guys saying this is going to go up. They don't know what they're talking about, just like with sports, all right? There's stocks that great news comes out and it goes down. There's stocks that have bad news and it goes up. Day trading was the most stressful, crazy time, and while I had some great paydays, overall, I am sure I am down big. And even if you do make it up, you pay 20 to 25% in short-term capital gains tax, which is a nightmare because you usually spend that money or put it back in stocks. So then you get this tax thing of $12,000. You're like, well, I don't have that $12,000. I put it back in stocks. And matter of fact, the stock I put it in is down now, so you lose twice. So the best plan, hands down, if you're like me, is dollar cost average. And if you want to take it up to a master's level, when it's down, when Amazon's 180, instead of $50, make it $100. And then when it gets to 200, maybe keep it 25. But everything's going to go up, everything's going to go down. It's like an ocean wave. Everything, once it goes up, it will come down. But there'll be a wave behind it. So when you dollar cost average is the most mentally stable thing, where you can just be kind of happy throughout terms. Because the last thing you want to do is put $10,000 in right there. What are you going to do? If it keeps going up and you have $12,000, you're going to sell it? That's ridiculous. The tax you would pay on that. Okay? The tax you pay on $2,000. And it's not just going to keep coming up. So you know it's going to come back down. So, do you buy the $10,000 here? Why don't I just buy it there? Because you don't know what that is. Do I buy it here? We don't know if that's what it is in the future. That would stink to buy $10,000 right here and have it go down to here where you could have bought it, twice as many shares. take the guesswork out of it. The experts don't know. I sure as heck know you don't know. I don't know. But what I know is when you dollar cost average and you buy, I mean, this is what your 401k does. But when you do that, I like it, Robinhood. It's really the only app I can find now. I've had many throughout the years, and I don't think they make a lot of money. You know, it's usually a good thing, like term insurance. They're not going to sell you term insurance because it's the best thing. So if they're not making a lot of money off it, you know it's good for us. All right, keep it up. You got any questions, let me know. Take care.